thought we were really, really flat in the game. I felt like I was flat, staff was flat, the team played flat. The only thing positive out of the game, and it's unfortunate, is that for these students in this community to brave the elements and to come into this arena, I thought that was the best crowd we've had in a long time, just in terms of numbers. And they did their part, we didn't do our part. So we put ourselves in a little bit of a hole. That's 2 out of the last 3 games where I don't think we played particularly well. Stanford was more of a physical game where they just dominated you with their energy. That was not the case tonight. We did not bring our energy in this game whatsoever, and Utah is too good of a team. I told my staff a couple of days ago, this team is every bit as good, in my opinion, as Arizona, Oregon, and even right there with UCLA, because their ability to score. And they can score from so many different spots on the floor. Their skill set is really good. They have an excellent team that he's put together with so many transfers, but they've done a nice job with this squad.
The teams that you guys seem to struggle to be flat, to bring the energy against or come out flat against, have sort of been these bigger, more interior focused teams, it seems like. Do you think there's something to that, or are physical teams presenting a different type of challenge for your guys?
Well, I think the challenge the physical team it put on Josh and Connor is to play harder and front the post and play defense, and that maybe knock something out of their offense because they have to put so much energy on that defensive end of the floor. But I don't know if it's just that they're physical or bigger as it is. I look at it more in terms of how hard we play and the energy we bring to the floor because, Cal was a big team. We played them well and played them tough, and we played them on the road. We had great energy and all those things. To come into this game with that great crowd there, there's just no excuse for not having that energy that we need to play with. We know what it takes for us to play at this level, and we know we can be very mediocre if we don't bring it, and we know we're a pretty good basketball team when we do bring it. For whatever reason, we did not have our energy in the game.
Is that just an individual problem that players have to work through themselves?
Ike had the flu. He did not do shoot around. He was very, very questionable for the game. He was flat, and I think that had a lot to do with us because Ike's our energizer. And somebody else needed to step up because we talked about it this afternoon, knowing we were not going to have them at full strength, and nobody elected to do that. And I thought we were pretty flat out on the floor.
Were you hoping that Steven would provide that?
At some point in time in a game like that, you hope for anybody to provide it. And that's why you see so many different lineups, so many bodies going in and out. You're looking for a spark from somewhere. When we cut it to 13, I thought we had our energy coming back at them again. And then mistake, and every time we made a mistake, they made you pay. And before you know it was up back over 20, and they had control of the game again.
Does it become more difficult to get the guys to play with energy as losses like this pile up on you guys?
It's only been 2. When you talk about Stanford in this game, like I said, Stanford was a completely different animal. But no, I expect them to bounce back. I really do. I think, again, basketball is a long, long season, and you have these ebbs and flows through the year. And if we're going to sit in a spot where we're not going to play with any energy, I wouldn't say this team would do that. This team will bounce back.
Is this a team that needs to get more production from its bench?
No question. We've talked about that. We've struggled with that. Our red shirts are doing a wonderful job, but they're red shirted, and we're going to leave them sitting right there. They score like crazy on us in practice. So we do need more out of Robert Franks, Deontay Daniels, Keith Langston, and Jeff Parr. They need more because we have a small margin of error that if any one of those 5 starters is off their game, where do you go to get that extra points coming from? That needs to come from that bench. And we've talked about it. We do need more production out of them.
Is there anyone you maybe in retrospect wish you hadn't redshirted?
No.
Coach, out of the last couple of losses, how would you characterize overall the effort that they've been putting out there? I know it's broad with a couple of games in there.
The losses, the effort has not been good. The Cal game, however, we had tremendous effort. So one out of the 3, I thought our effort was great, but this game here was not good. It was not played well. It was not played hard enough to even be in the ballpark to beat a team of that caliber.
What's going to need to change come Utah in February?
I'm not worried about Utah in February. I'm worried about Colorado right now. What needs to change between now and then, we need to get our energy back, get our legs back, and get after it in practice.
With Utah hitting nearly 60% of their shots, and it wasn't, was the offense pressing a little bit too much early in that first half, do you think, to try and catch up?
If you've done your homework on Utah, again, they're third in the nation scoring points in the paint. They average 42 points a game in the paint. They scored that on Arizona. They scored it on UCLA. They scored on everybody they played against. And that's not post-up points. That's drives in transition, drives in the half court, drives off of ball screens, post-ups, and offensive rebounds. And they did the exact same thing to us they've done to everybody else. And we thought we had a game plan to neutralize some of that, and obviously we did not. And when you're scoring in the layups in the paint, you're going to have very high shooting percentage. So it wasn't so much about us pressing. You got to score points to play against a UCLA, to play against a Utah, because they're going to put points up. I play against an Oregon. You got to score. And we did not do that. We couldn't keep pace with them, and mainly because they got so many easy buckets, and our buckets were tough to come by.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.